Hi, I'm Haziq.
Hi, I'm Mukri.
Hi, I'm Shazwi.
Hi, I'm Anis.
Now, let's move on to the issue. Eleganza Fashion Boutique ordered 1,500 units of Vera Lutz leather handbags from Classic Style Co. after receiving a promotional brochure and a physical sample. The brochure described the bags as genuine cow leather, hand-stitched Italian-made hardware, ideal for premium retail. The sample was elegant, with smooth leather and high-quality gold-tone zippers.
Hey boss, wanna check out our new handbag?
Sure?
The handbag were made using cow leather with hardware specially made from Italy.
Oh my god, the quality is so good! I think I love this handbag. Is it possible to order in bulk?
Of course lah boss, let's discuss in the office.
However, when the bags were delivered, most were made of synthetic leather with machine stitching and zipper that tarnished after exposure to humidity. The packaging also bore a made in China label. Classic Style claimed the price paid did not warrant premium features and Eleganza failed to inspect the goods quickly.
Boss, the handbag you ordered has arrived, but it's not the same as you described lah.
Huh? Really?
Check this. Its quality is so bad. Did you purchase it from Pasar Malam or what?
Hey you, are you trying to scam me? The goods is different from what I ordered. The quality is nowhere compared to sample. Even the packaging says it's made in China, not Italy.
No lah boss, you paid for really cheap price. Don't expect something premium for that. Also, the order arrived 3 weeks ago. Any problem with the good must be reported in 7 days after arrival.
Now, let's advise Eleganza Boutique on whether it has legal remedies under the Sale of Goods Act 1957.
To solve the problem for the question 2, we use IRAC. IRAC is referred to Introduction, Rules, Application, and Conclusion. IRAC is a method used for legal analysis. It helps organize answers logically and clearly when dealing with legal issue. For introduction, whether it has legal remedies between Eleganza Fashion Boutique and Classic Style Co. under the Sale of Goods Act 1957.
Next, the rules. Based on Section 17, a contract of sale is a contract for sale by sample where there is a term, the contract expressed or implied to that effect. In the case of contract for sale by sample, there is an implied condition. First, under Section 17, subsection 2, paragraph A, that the bulk shall correspond with the sample in quality. Second, under Section 17, subsection 2, paragraph B, that the buyer shall have a reasonable opportunity of comparing the bulk with the sample. Lastly, under Section 17, subsection 2, paragraph C, that the goods shall be free from any defect rendering them unmerchantable, which will not be apparent on reasonable examination of the sample.
In other words, the bulk of goods must correspond with the sample. If the bulk is totally inferior to the sample, the buyer may elect to reject all the goods. However, if the bulk is only partly inferior to the sample, the buyer may either elect to accept all the goods and claim damage for those which are inferior, or reject all the goods and sue for the damage. The buyer does not have the alternative to accept part of the bulk and reject the rest if the contract of sale is not severable. Let's take common versus van injured cases for example. The cases state that the seller was in breach of the implied condition and the buyer was entitled to reject the goods due to latent defects.
Now, moving to application.
To make it clearer, Eleganza received a sample that was elegant, smooth, and of high quality, but the delivered bag were low in quality and did not match the sample. There is clear breach of Section 72A as the goods did not correspond to the sample. Furthermore, Classic Style state that its Eleganza fault for not inspecting the goods as soon as it arrived. However, this accusation is invalid, especially if the problem were not easy to see right away or if Classic Style gave false information on the brochure and provide different sample for Eleganza. Moreover, Eleganza didn't check the bag immediately doesn't mean they lost their right as stated under the Section 17(2)(b), where customer is allowed to compare actual good with sample. Lastly, the brochure described the bag as Guinean cow leather, hand-stitched, Italian-made hardware. However, the actual goods were made of synthetic leather, machine-stitched with tarnishing zipper and label made in China. This shows that Classic Style Co. are selling goods that are defected and unmerchantable, which are stated in the Section 72(c) and also breach of Section 15, where goods received must correspond with the description of the goods.
Lastly, conclusion. Eleganza Boutique has legal remedies under the Sale of Goods Act 1957 because Classic Style Co. has breached the contract under the Section 17(2)(a), Section 17(2)(b), and Section 17(2)(c). Eleganza can cancel the contract and ask for refund. They also can claim damage for any loss they suffer.
That is all from us. Thank you for watching our video.